This year, students at the podcast, it's all about being uncomfortable, but being comfortable with that. Are you ready to have some fun? Let's go. So today's guests are two important guests that are not only in a company, they did not only enter a company, but they are born inside of them. Here we have Ottavio Missoni Jr. Welcome.
Thank you.
And also Pasquale Junior Natuzzi. Welcome to our podcast. Welcome to Raffles Talk.
Awesome.
How are you feeling?
We're feeling great.
Great.
We're
Okay.
feeling uncomfortable and comfortable.
great.
Wow. Okay, so let's begin. First question. So, do you feel more custodians of the past or more creators of the future?
First, Ottavio, because
The company's older.
he's older, the company's older.
Okay.
And it's especially, as I said, it's an old company. So it's very, very, very important for us and for the people who loves the brand to have, let's say, the perception that the brand keep the values, which
Okay, yeah.
of course happens, the lifestyle,
course.
and especially for a brand such as Missoni with all these colors and which is such iconic that you recognize even without the
Yes.
label, it's very important to be a custodian of the past. Of course, you always have to give an eye on the future.
Yeah.
I'm not a creative, I'm not, but our team really understood this, and so you can clearly see that the brand
Yeah,
is
innovation.
evolving, an innovation, but without losing the tradition
Your
first,
identity.
and even more the made in Italy.
Which is the most important thing for both company, I think.
So the question was custodians of the past or?
Creators of the future.
Okay. My turn, yes?
Right.
Are we done with Missoni? Are you sure? Next.
Then we can discuss on it. Maybe.
Yes,
Then-
of
then-
course, you have to.
Let's have the answer.
Then
Yes.
I can answer for Missoni and Ottavio answers one for Natuzzi.
Why not? Of course, why not?
So I believe, I feel like more a custodian of the future.
Okay,
in
interesting.
a sense that, in the position that I'm in today, I'm the chief commercial officer of Natuzzi Global, and that means that I am in charge of controlling creativity, product design, research and development, marketing, sales, merchandising, all the distribution. So basically the brand 360, right?
Yeah.
And doing that means that you have to be extremely conscious about where you come from, so the history, the past, the heritage, and how that became relevant for the world, for the customers, the consumers, the trade, the designers. So for who became a fan of the brand and bought the brand, so respect that and make that a process that returns
Yes.
and comes back. But then at the same time, you have to make sure that there's a legacy. And the future in which we live, because basically we are living the future already, it's a challenging one, and it takes a lot of, I think, clarity of mind to understand the trends,
Yeah.
the trends to not follow or to interpret, and those to move away from, and how the demand is changing, the macroeconomical scenarios are, setting a lot of boundaries around companies' strategies, so that you have to move around with it and so grant a future to the brand.
Yes, of course.
And while doing so, keep being innovative, keep being relevant for new customers and old ones. So it's very difficult because you don't want to lose your market share, your equity, your brand equity, and you want to keep that, but you also want to become relevant for tomorrow, for the future, and to new customers. So I think that's why I'm saying I want to be a custodian of the future. That means that I want to make sure that I will reach that point that will take me, grant me access to the future
Yeah.
by being relevant tomorrow, but at the same time be a custodian of the DNA and the heritage of the company. So something that I take from the heritage and the past. So it's a duality between the past and the future, that we have to, I think, interpret, all of us,
Yeah.
just not
yeah,
just
yeah.
me.
It's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. You agree with him?
Yeah, totally agree. And I really like this answer about being a custodian
Okay.
of the future. But
Okay.
I will quote this. Sometimes
Wow.
custodian of the future. I like it.
Yeah,
Thank you
okay.
for giving
You
me.
can change your Instagram bio.
Thank you for the suggestion and the inspiration.
You're welcome. Okay, so next question. Has there ever been a moment where business won over values? Sorry.
no, I think you can start.
In my company, in my family, my family, my company mostly means my father, because we are a relatively big family, but five kids, like childs, boys and girls, all adults. But my father is the one who founded the brand and still leading somehow the transition into the future and the legacy. And for him, ethics have been, second to none. And he was so, and still is, so advocate and strong about his values, his respect for all the people that took him till this day, through journeys of challenges, but still success, because I think we should consider ourselves pretty fortunate and lucky that for him, values are really the most important choice. And I believe that it's important to talk about him and the way he interprets the business as the one who shaped the DNA of the brand
From the beginning.
Design the path for the roots of the brand to be solidly grounded in the soil and the Natuzzi territory, so that it would be wrong if I would tell you what my experience has been, but it's mostly what the company's values are and what the founder's approach is and what we have to follow as custodians of the future, right?
Okay.
And so if this has been his approach, we should try our best to keep that ongoing, and I believe that it's very important to respect values. There's different values, there's
Yes, of
ethics,
course.
there's emotional values, but at the same time there's somehow economical values, right? It might sound weird, but there are, right?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to
It's not weird.
So in that sense, let's say that I am, as much as I am 60% creative, 40%, I had to learn to be very strict on methods, on how to
You have
deploy
to
things,
be very rational.
rational execution, because I always say that a genius without a plan loses against whatever average genius, but more like a simple person with a great plan. And so I feel that it's important to be planful. It's important to be advocate about executing with great organization what creativity can mean. And in this process, I am, as much as I believe in the values of my father and my family, I also want to make sure that there is a sustainability that is not just the eco sustainability, but a sustainability of ideas, of projects, of plan, and that is being financially and economically stable, rational, structured. So sometimes, as much as you want to follow your maybe gut feelings or your emotional values, you also have to learn to make sure that whatever choice you're making is healthy and sustainable for the business on the long run. And very often, family business, I'm sure Ottavio have seen many, stories like this. I'm sure family business and family companies, very often they put emotions ahead, and that can also be harmful. That can be, I think, dangerous sometimes. So also there, it's a balance.
Okay.
Values.
Something in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you agree with him?
I totally agree again.
What do you think?
Honestly, I would lie if I say that it never happened that business is less important than the creativity. Even at Missoni, we started with a view. With my grandparents, they had a vision. My parents, my uncle, my aunts, all the second generation, and now the third.
Yeah.
There is a vision, and but at a certain point, you need to face the number. The numbers, yes. So on a short run, you definitely put the business in front. But
nowadays overall.
Yes, maybe on a short, and it works. Maybe if you need to make better numbers,
yes,
you put it in front of sustainability, the vision, and everything in the company. But this is definitely a big lose on a long run.
Okay.
So having this vision, so this is the way I think we should think.
Yeah.
For us in Missoni, for instance, it happened. We did put the number in front, the business, but and it's not that it's okay.
Yes,
because especially in a big change like it happened for us a few years ago, where from a family business we became a family plus a private equity. They want the number.
Yeah.
Maybe when I don't want to say they don't care about how they reach the number, but they have investors. They want a return, which
they
is
want it
probably
on paper,
which is probably not how a family think, which is more in the gut. And this is yes. I mean, my grandfather always said this. I remember he never wanted to expand so much because he said that, like, he was a son of a sailorman, like a famous ship captain, and
he wanted
likes
to
say
keep a little bit of
a little ship, it's better to be handled inside a wavy ocean.
yeah.
So so this is the vision we had, but then you need to
it became something else.
something else.
You evolved
the
a
business
little bit.
grows, times changes, there is an evolution, but at the end of the day, when you're able to balance both, put it on the same level, this is the
right way. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so these were
the first two
the
questions.
easiest
The warm-up?
ones. Let's say the warm-up.
The business-oriented question.
Okay.
So
Thank you, Christina. I thought you were worse,
More naughty.
meaner.
No, I mean we're at the beginning, so
Thank you.
I don't know if you still think the same at the end. So
Okay.
we'll see. Thank you very much. Okay,
course.
because now we are going on the next level.
Okay.
So we are starting to enter a little bit, the big conversation time. So let's see. No, you started first this time, so you start first now. So you just have to take it.
Yeah.
To take the ball. Yeah. What is the most crop project that you have ever made?
Again, as I said in the first question, I've never been a creative in the company. I was always onto business, on sustainability, on many production, and so to be honest, I never had the chance, but I never really didn't want to. Especially now, I couldn't even make a sketch if I would be a creative.
Now it's not the best moment.
But it happens. It happens that maybe you feel you have the opportunity to make to be propositive, to give an input to the creative team. But it happened that they looked at me like
You're not saying something. So...
Okay, you're part of it, but it won't work. No, so yeah. So no, I never had. I had many failure, like many things I fell on where I learned from that were, but not on creativity because again, I made. Especially, having been on the sustainability for the company. Of
course, yes.
Many times, I which doesn't mean that Missoni is not sustainable at all.
No, of course,
but what I mean, like to say, I also try to say, why don't we at least try to work with some new kind of fibers, like some kind of material. And
it's part of an innovation.
It's innovation, but then again, back to the first point, we're more into knitting. The best way to knit is to do it with wool and and cotton, and so again, I made a big research on using like new natural fibers, but it was always a no. Like.
But we don't know. We can say maybe in a short future it will be.
Yes, so he's maybe the one that can give a better answer on.
But first, I want to ask: do you believe them?
On the market was like a total failure, or not?
Christina, I want to make your life difficult today. I think you were way too. You had way of an easy day, too much of an easy day. So I want to make sure. What is crap for you? Because I can make many examples of failures, of projects that I would do different, projects that I don't recognize, project that failed because I can give you many examples. So first, tell me what's crap for you, Christina.
We could start from a base level and just say some project that didn't go as expected, both in terms of number, but also in terms of, understanding.
So, crap, it's because crap is like, thankfully, I don't remember of doing crap.
Okay.
Now I can make 2 examples for you if you care.
Okay.
To listen, but even if you do, the question is if they will watching the podcast. For the time being, I will tell you 2.
Okay.
Which have been good lessons for me. So one is a project that I recently did actually, in which some elements, and I think these are also some good. I'm not here to teach anything to anyone, as much as I want to share experiences for you, Rafflers. To try to avoid my mistakes. So when you're running on projects, there's aspects that you need to of course manage and face. One, the most important is strategy, the vision, goal, and time, right?
Yes.
Then budgets, you name them. Now, while doing it, you need to understand where you sit. So my role usually in the company has always been of an orchestrator.
Okay.
Right? I wasn't necessarily playing the instruments. I was directing the orchestra, and that means that I'll tell you right away why it failed. Because in that process, I was the director of the orchestra, but I wasn't there directing them. I was sitting somewhere, right? This to tell you that I was somehow in charge on the project. I was in charge of the last final mile result, but I wasn't in charge of managing the levers, orchestrating all the instrument. And so the final result wasn't in terms of quality connected to the level of aesthetic finesse that I wanted. the quality in the execution, the detail. You know, very often I argue with people and they tell me that it was a small detail.
But even that small detail can change everything.
Christina, I believe that details have no dimension. Okay, there's no small details, big detail. If it's a detail, it's a detail. So you either believe in details or you don't. Whether it's big or small, that doesn't matter. It's a detail. Okay, so this project lately ended up having a lot of great ingredients that could have exploded creativity and detail and elegance, and instead the result was not good, and it turned out to be a failure, to be honest. And it was an event that frankly I had high hopes. Expectation are at the roots of all suffering, so better not to have many, but it wasn't there where I wanted. And the quality, the aesthetic, the people, the experience. You know, when I design something, when I envision something, I always wear the pants of the user.
Yes.
Whether it's an event, whether it's a product, whether it's a service, anything, I wear the pants of who will live the experience, who will buy that product, who will get that service. And if I don't feel that I would be or would have been extremely satisfied or enjoyed or have a great memory, I'm like, okay, we should change something. So that was a failure, because rule number one, I think, for a successful company brand project is accountability. You need to be either if you're the flute, the trumpet, whatsoever, an instrument, or the orchestrator, you need to be accountable. Otherwise, the results shows that there was no commitment and so that was a case of, you know, me not being in control of all the levers. Yeah. And so failure was the result, because I couldn't fine-tune and control the harmony there. Mm-hmm. Another example of a failure, and it reminds me of topics of these days, which are AI, CGI, machine learning, Internet of Things, so domotics and so on. So I worked on a project in 2000, I think maybe it was 2015 or 16. It was the first smart home, so smart furniture. So there was a bunch of products that we did in collaboration with LG Electronics, LG Signature. So basically you were sitting on a couch, and you were telling, hey, I want to read a book. The couch was opening, the curtains were closing, the TV was projecting some mindful images, and the air purifier was activating. Long story short, we started this project. It was amazing. It was way ahead of time. Okay. But that's another case of a failure, because we didn't realize that innovation was too ahead of time. The market, the company, the teams, both on the Natuzzi side and the LG side, were not ready. Okay. You know, so just to tell you that also very often when you want to innovate, you want to start a project, you have to understand and think, can that be relevant for today's audience? Can the people today really enjoy it, experience it, or is it something that it's maybe should wait and pace? Mm-hmm. It's like taking bread out of the oven too soon, or cooking pasta too much al dente. You know, you have to take. Yes. And on that side, you have a great family of cooks, so they know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Okay. Wow. You gave me such good examples.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so why? Yeah. The reason why I asked you is also linked to the next questions, which is, and of course it's the same question for both, but you will have to answer me on the other one. So what you don't like about Missoni and what you don't like about Natuzzi.
Okay, this is
and I'm not referring only to the brand, but also from a personal point of view. So you don't have to talk from the point of view of your brand, but you have to talk from your point of view.
Personal perspective.
Yeah.
So the guy is, what's your height? How tall are you? 2 meters? So 2 meters, his hands are big like this chair. If he slaps
Pay
me,
attention.
like, we will
What
have
you
a
say.
fight in Raffles today or what? Like,
No fights, just true.
No.
True things.
I'm gonna give it back on the basketball court.
Okay. Okay.
let's do it this week that you can only use one hand, so at least. No, I gotta tell you, I'm a fan of Missoni. I really love the fact that they're. So I gotta tell you that the fact that they're the family feeling at Missoni is so strong, and I know I'm going out of you asking me what's bad, but first I'll be honest. I'll start from admiring and expressing my gratitude to companies like Missoni for being great ambassadors of Made in Italy, but first and foremost of and I know the challenges of being a family business. It's trust me, it's extremely complicated to go through generations is the most challenging things you can imagine, and I'm just at the first generation or second, so not easy. So thanks to Missoni for being a great ambassador of workmanship, artisanry, creativity, Italian creativity to the world, and doing that while still being a united family and a strong family. So that was is a great a diamond in the let's say industry of fashion and craftsmanship of Italy. Now at the same time, something I don't like about Missoni is that whenever they do the sample sales, they never invite me. That I can tell you, okay? And many friends of mine invited, that they never invite me. So that I hate about Missoni, to be honest. But that is one. And secondly, I think I have to tell you something I don't like about Missoni is that potentially, like many fashion brands, and this is my perception, I might be wrong, they experiment more for women's collection than men's. And I'm a very eclectic profile, so I would love to see as much as they create and innovate and turn colorful for women's, collection than, for men's. Because I would love to, wear, and very often I go to the Missoni stores and I find more offered for women, to be honest.
Okay, it's a nice input, I would say.
And then he wear black.
Okay, I see your point.
No, but I swear I'm eclectic. You see,
so maybe
I know.
this is the reason why
I saw
you don't
some
get
amazing
invited.
outfits, and by the way, my wife, she designed his house.
Yes.
Wow.
So she
Some
knows.
parts of the house.
So
I know the style.
my level.
Okay.
And I don't like his style. No, the house is great. I saw
Wow.
some renderings before in the time back in
It's
time.
eclectic, and also it's a house that represents me.
Yes.
When I was 29. Now I'm 36. Even myself, I look at the place now and I'm like, I would change so many things. I think taste changes over time.
Yes, it evolves.
It evolves a lot. Changes a lot. It's like, metabolism. My metabolism changed already 3 times, I think. So.
Wow. And how would you do it now? Your house all black?
I have to tell you that. So my house is like a mess. It's layering on layering, corners, so many materials, colors, corners, because the inspiration was 1001 Nights.
Okay.
And so the idea was that every room actually turned to be a big corner, had to turn into a tale. So you go in the kitchen, there's a story, and it looks like a house. And then you go in the living room, and not necessarily, it's like
different. Yeah.
so, and it's on 3 floors.
So it's a lot going on.
Yes.
Now I
It's a
understand
lot.
why
It's a lot.
the colors.
So it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of knitting, But now I would definitely go for something more quiet and timeless. I'm starting to be more
Calm,
mature and
yeah.
calm finally. So
Do you believe him?
I do, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
did you,
Fair enough.
just in case, did you find the true love? Or
I got married.
No.
I got married last summer.
I know it.
I had a baby.
Yes.
He's 8 months
I know,
now.
yeah.
So I hope it's my
Yes.
one for a lifetime love, because I would love to focus on other challenges
Aspects,
in
yeah.
life than having to deal with other dramas. I'm in a position in life where I would love to get rid of drama.
Yeah, you're settling.
Yes, I'm
You're
trying.
just settling.
It's
Yeah.
some serenity and harmony.
Wow.
than drama. Yeah.
Okay, let's throw the ball to Missoni. Really.
Hot. It's a hot weather.
Well,
Yeah.
no, to me, it's the opposite. I mean, I definitely love what they do. I've always been a great fan, and to be honest, I started to be, let's say, more conscious about their product when when
Oh,
he
okay. When he
started.
joined.
Yeah, when
Okay.
he joined. Before, even me, I didn't
Yeah.
care about design a lot. So it was more,
Wow.
and then so the change. I mean, what he puts for the brand and how
Yes.
he the level of the brand, that it's great. And so on the other hand, like, I have a way. I mean, we do clothes, but we also do home furnishing now.
Yes.
We have a big line of 360 lifestyle Missoni, and I love also my house is very colorful, like couches and curtains, everything, carpets, everything is Missoni, bathrobes.
Even that.
So yeah, maybe I would love like maybe to have the Missoni pattern, I would say, or colorful, very colorful pattern on their product. That's
100%.
So here we're creating a collaboration.
Right.
Wow. There's something going on.
Yes. So it's a short answer. but-
There is. I think there will be a great fit from. We would be very open to welcome the Missoni DNA.
or the color, because
Yes.
I was you would never see me like wear like black. I always have different patterns, even at my house.
So you don't like the black part.
Yes.
See me tonight or tomorrow.
But I know his outfit, so it's okay.
I will
So, no.
because
This is a
going
challenge.
back now. So let's I mean, I would love to see like more colorful collections.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay, nice.
So,
So another question that we are really thrilling to know the answer about is, without your background, who would you be today in terms of career? And also, would you have had the same, let's say, advantages, the same opportunities that you had?
I have the art.
Yeah.
Right.
So you start.
Look, I start from the second part of
Okay.
of your question. I cannot hide that having such an important name, it opens not just door but gates.
Big doors.
But it doesn't really. It's important, of course, but you need to know how.
Of course.
So you don't have the opportunities. You need to create
Yourself.
through these opportunities. It really helped me with networking, with connections, people,
Yes.
knowing
Yes,
lots
of
of people
course,
that around
yes.
the world that
Which is also
probably
an important
without
thing.
without my name, they could have said, "Who's this guy?"
Yeah.
But then at the point, it's still you need to be the one that
That does all the difference.
that's all to them if
Yes.
you need to convince for a project or whatever.
Okay.
So yes, in this way, I think I had opportunities, yes, but you need to be great when you have this. Yeah. The first part of the question, well, he said, if I wouldn't be part of an important family, I really think I could have been a basketball player. It's what I really wanted to do.
Come on. I was waiting for that.
And no, I mean, I played for 25 years. Yes.
So, yeah.
I started at the age of 12.
Yeah.
And 3 years ago, I was still playing sometimes, yeah, even with friends, but I kept playing for a lifetime. When I was studying university, I was playing. I was studying in Milan and playing in Varese.
Yeah.
So
it's something that was always...
until the age of, I would say, 20, I always thought I could have become not an NBA player, but a professional player, at least on an Italian,
also European, maybe.
Yes, you know.
Why not?
I think then once I figured it out that I was, my skills were not, I kind of gave up. I gave up.
Okay.
But it's you know, I gave up and I say no, I'm not doing the right thing. I'm not doing this because so yes, I think this could have been this was your first
goal,
idea, my idea and my goal. I kept dreaming about it until the age of 20. Yes.
Okay.
And then living in a family where even when you are having lunch with your grandparents and the rest at the Christmas lunch, you speak about business. You like in terms like this was what I grew up in, the yarns and the fabric, and so yes. But this was more late in time. Like to be honest,
up, maybe.
Even now, I wanted to say like until the age of 26, 27, I was not even sure about doing this, about being involved with my family. Then, things happened in life. Once my father passed away in 2013, I was already in the business, but I was, let's say, learning, or I was like, okay, let's see if I like this kind of business.
Yes. At least you tried.
I tried. And then when this thing happened, it was more an emotional choice. I said, okay, after 70 years, I know what my family did. At the time it was 60 years, but I want to give something.
Yes.
They might need. I was like, they might need my help. Mm-hmm. I might be helpful.
Yeah, you were feeling it inside.
Yes. As I said,
it's a calling.
Yes. I said it was really something that I felt I had to do. It was more of a,
Okay.
And then I found my way, but this is how it really happened, because between 20 and 26, 27, when this thing happened, this was the switch, the big change in this choice. Yes, before it was like, I need to see if I like the business. Mm-hmm. But going back, it would have been great to play against him on a professional court.
Today there are a lot of things going on: a collection, collaboration, now a basketball game. Interesting. Your turn.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, first question.
What career you could have done? Who would you be today?
It's very weird to answer to this question. I potentially differently than Ottavio. I don't know. When I was really 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, my father was asking me almost every day what I wanted to do when I, would have grown old, and my answer was always, I will be the president of Natuzzi, like if it was some sort of
The only thing that you knew, maybe.
Like one of those poems you have to learn at school, you know,
okay.
as a task. It was like, and it's slowly, not so slowly, but steadily got stuck in my mind as a vision, as a goal, as a direction that I had to follow somehow, and it really changed my life since it shaped my life.
Yes.
You know, I was born in the company. Somebody said it, maybe it was you.
Yes,
Like,
it was me.
I was born in the company. When I spent summers with my father traveling, like I started to see the first furniture fair when I was 6, 5. My father was taking me in summer. We had a summer house on the Ionian Sea, and I was going there. My friends were, going to the beach every day from August, July, whatever. You can go to school, and every other day my father was taking me, waking me up at 7.
Let's go.
Let's go to the factory, to the headquarters, and I was spending the days there. Thankfully, I was loving it. Initially, I mean, when you wake up, it's traumatic because you want to go to the beach, you want to play whatever you want to play with your friends. And so I was missing that. But then going in the factory, I was very lucky because when you work for a global company, for me, walking into Natuzzi as a kid, it was like being in, I don't know, New York. Or because every day there was hundreds of customers flying into the Natuzzi headquarters to have meetings, to select new collections. So for me to meet all these people, see, it was somehow of an adult's kindergarten.
Okay.
So I was connecting with adults, getting in touch with experiences that were not for children's, but that shaped me. And then I hardly spoke with my father about girlfriends until I started to have girlfriends that he didn't like, and so when I was high school and all that, we were only talking about business. At lunch, we were eating bread and business, and so I really grew up with the idea in mind that I had to get in the family business, take over the family business, lead the family business. So something that I feel now is that it's stupid to say, yeah, I would have been a sportsman. Yeah, I might have played golf. Yeah, okay. I was very good at playing golf. Very, 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 very good when I was from 12 to 18. Then I discovered girlfriend and summer.
I was about to say that. I mean,
summers I prefer to go out at night, or do something, then wake up at 6 a.m. and shoot balls. I was like, maybe we should go to the beach or do other things. Friends, okay, not only girlfriends, but also, and so that took me away from the golf courses. But anyway, sports and sports could have been something, but maybe not. And so if you tell me what I would have changed, what I would have done, I think that instead of studying economics, because with that idea of me in the family business, I was like, I have to be a businessman. Mistake. Like, I would have loved to study architecture. I love architecture. I love how it connects everything.
Yes.
Like, architecture is so strong. And it's creativity. But if you don't have solid grounds of skills and competences and study, the building doesn't stand.
Yeah.
You need to be really deep and wide in knowing what it takes to be an architect. But then it has a lot of vision. And then if you're extremely creative, you can also change architecture. You can bring into it forms of art, like your personal culture or different cultures. And it's really a work that I love. And I feel so bad because in the work that I do, there's a lot of it. And I know very little of it. And I feel that is a gap in background that I would love to fill
fill.
and cover. And if I could go back, I would study architecture. That I would do. So that is something more relevant that I can answer to you. And then if I would have not been a Natuzzi, what would I be? Who knows where I would have born? Maybe I would be an Eskimo and I would be just fishing
Why not?
mackerels in the North Pole. I don't know. So that is for another
life.
another life to be answered.
Okay.
Christina, she wanted to be tough.
And I think I can add something about this
okay.
thing. No, about the concept of sport, which to me it's maybe yes, it might seem stupid, but I agree.
No, it's not. It's not.
But it was not just me who wanted to do this, because again, talking about Missoni, the brand started as a sportswear company. For those who know.
So
it
was always
I
mixed.
always looked at my grandfather as an athlete, not as
Yes.
as a designer, as a
Yes.
fashion designer, because he did the Olympic Games. He was an athlete in London in the first Olympic game after the Second World War, and he went to the final in the 400 meters.
Yes, I know.
So, and when I was little, he was more into sport than into fashion. My grandmother
Yes.
was.
Yeah.
I remember him keeping training, and so those 10 years, first 10, 12 years, I wanted to be an athlete like him, not
Just an athlete.
Yes.
He was your inspiration.
Yes, on a sportive way.
Yeah.
So that's why I was focused more on sport.
And also because you're 2 meters tall.
This happened later.
I mean, maybe basketball helped a little bit.
So it's more of a even this dream I had came from looking at someone from my family.
No.
Yeah.
I personally had the opportunity to be almost semi-professional in golfing, and I wanted to. Then seriously, like summer turned from I was really playing maybe 12 hours a day non-stop from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. non-stop every day for months, because all my friends were doing winter clinics and I couldn't because whatever. So I really I seriously believe that sports are one of the best life schools, and if you happen to be good at what you're doing, it can be a great career.
Yes.
But for me, it was not possible. You know, I when I wanted to take golfing, because maybe that I played water polo in C Series. I was playing a lot of basketball as a kid, but the sports where I reached a very good point were these, and but my father always, you know, at some point was like, okay,
But you also need to focus on
play,
this.
play. It's a game. Your life is the family business, you know. So I couldn't really
Choose.
extend my dates in practicing sports to the point of maybe turning professional, but I really believe that sports are like, I hope my son can become a basketball player. He's quite tall, he's like this, but apparently in the scale and parameters is.
We have good premises.
I will send him to Ottavio.
Would you, because this is what happened to you, but me in a different, would you push maybe your son in like what your father did to you? Like, I mean, you when he didn't push, maybe.
No, he did push me nicely, but
Or
he pushed
times
me.
are so now I'm doing the question. Or times are, because I also have kids, and it's nice to have a father's point of view.
Of course.
We're two fathers here.
Serious people here.
So if they will boo me and looking and watching this video, but I will try to push him. Not wait. If I have to be honest with myself, the answer is yes. I will push him. I will not push him in business, but I will push him in life. Because I was watching a video on Instagram yesterday, and it was a video of a kid slapping his mom, and this therapist said, kids don't know boundaries, kids don't know limits. So there's a lot of schools, the Montessori, all these ideas that you have to let kids run free, and if they punch you in the face, you have to just take it and be like,
No.
oh, I got a punch. No, I will be a very strict dad, because I think that my father being strict with me made me who I am, because I know that I would have got lost so many times, that if my father would have not taken me back,
Yes.
I would be somewhere else. So being a strict dad, teaching values 100%. Now, I will push him in life, you know. I want him to be a good sportsman, because like I said, it helps you a lot to wake up in the morning, to have an agenda, to follow dreams, to get yourself into a good, healthy routine. So I would want him to experience sports and find the one that he loves more. But one thing that I would do, that thing that I would promise I would do, I would never, if he shows me to have an intention, a direction that he wants to follow that doesn't, match with what I see for him. That could be, I want you to be an NBA player because you're tall and you can be, successful in being a sportsman. And he tells me he wants to be a dancer. I will let him follow his dreams and his passions. That I promise on my life. Yeah.
Okay.
I ask you this because, of course, I'm in the same position, but especially like the second generation of Missoni, my father, my they always said that they were never pushed to be in the business. It was their choice. That's why.
Okay.
For us, the same. So it's something that it's a nice.
But you have boys or one boy, one? Like, so do you have like, no, let's not say expectation, but do you have like a father's dream for them to follow, to accomplish, to be, I mean, excellent in some sports or something like?
I think it's yeah. I mean, they have to choose the way, and I will let them choose being a strict father because I am. But my son asked me, I want to see the machines in the company knitting, and tonight we are at the design hour. This is and it's an NDA, but there is something regarding a machine at our forest salon. Okay. So my son is coming with me tonight at the event because
he wants to see that.
He always desires to see machines working.
I remember I when I was a kid, I liked, at some point, I liked break dance,
Okay.
And
you had a lot of phases in your life.
I had all of the phases: skateboard, breakdance, horse, whatever. And so my mom was American, so for her she was live,
do whatever you want,
let live, be free, experience, hunt for what will then become your passion. And so when I told her I wanted to become a dancer, there was, some of you're Italian, maybe you know it, but Uomini e Donne, Amici, the dancers, whatever TV show, there was a dancer very good at doing hip hop that was from my city's town, Santerno, Danilo. And so my mom took me to him, and I remember because somebody told my father that I went to the first lesson. I went back home after the lesson. My father asked me, "Where have you been?" I'm like, "I went to." He said, "Okay, you went there tonight. You never go again. So say bye to dance classes."
Wow.
Okay, whatever. That I won't do. I think you have to let because you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. If you let people live, it turns out that maybe I would have been a first star dancer at La Scala. Not doing hip hop, of course, but maybe from hip hop I would have learned classic. Who knows? So listen, freedom is these days especially, is a very rare state of being for many.
Yes.
So for those who are free or consider themselves free, we should consider ourselves lucky. And so for us as fathers, for our kids, I think it's the most beautiful thing we can give them. Free, but education and values, and then hope that they will find the right path to follow.
Yeah. Okay. Nice father moment. Okay.
That's not what you wanted, I guess.
Oh, no, I mean,
okay. It's fine.
Anything can happen here, so
Okay, like
it's your choice. Okay, now actually we have to bring in the red envelope.
The red envelope. It's the process.
Yes, of course. Okay. So
Danger.
yeah, because these ones are the most dangerous ones. So I want you focused. So for you, in your opinion, which is the one that is likely to fail first?
To mean him.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Not personally. Also as a brand point of view.
Wow.
But it's not your turn.
Okay.
So give me that. You can think a little bit.
Ma questa è una domanda cattivissima.
That's the point. I mean, that's the
Fare
point.
un giro in Duomo, fare una preghiera.
There will be a big change in Missoni as on a let's say a corporate and guidance of the company, because soon the family is gonna be, like, let's say, more out of the business.
Okay.
So what I can say and what I hope for the brand is that even if one day there will not be the family in the brand, it won't fail. So I'm not.
It's Natuzzi. Thank you.
If it's not one, it's the other.
No, I'm saying, look,
It's not gonna be.
It's not easy. It's not easy because when what I'm sure is that with this generation, our generation, both the brands are not gonna fail. For the future, I'm just gonna throw the ball forward.
Okay.
So yeah, so it would be a shame to see a brand, a 75 years old brand,
Of course.
failing, and it's hard because after if the brand fails, it happens in the first years. Nowadays, you need, again, going back to the previous question, the first one, you need to be ahead of the times and
To know what you're going to face.
This is an advice I give to who's coming next.
Okay, next generations. Okay.
Well, not generation, next shareholder, I would say.
Okay. Okay, sorry. I was not, because you referred to the first
much
question.
closer
so, yeah.
this to happen. So yes, we just don't want to fail, to see the brand fail. That's what I can say.
A little bit of identity.
R.
Mamma mia. Wow. Listen, what I can tell you is that I can speak, of course, about ourselves. I can speak about Missoni, even if Ottavio gave a perspective of how the governance and the ownership, you know, there's a big transition and change in their companies too. At Natuzzi, we're also facing important challenges these days. You know, the global economic scenario is
Tough.
I think maybe tougher than ever. Okay, our industry has some opportunities to follow, to still gain market shares, like the world of hospitality projects,
Yes.
hotels. There is a lot of investments behind it, residential too. So there is a space there. But if you look at the KPIs of whatever is happening in the world, it's red everywhere. Okay, war everywhere. And if it's not no real battle war zone, it's political wars, and so consumers' intention to buy is very low, is very weak, and unfortunately, I don't sell a beautiful jacket that every 3 months or 6 or once a year. I don't know. You gift yourself. You make a gift to someone. It's more an emotional purchase you can do, like. You have to make an investment in a new furniture for your house or a new project. It's a big ask. There's a lot of money involved, and so you're talking eventually, or to the middle, upper premium class that is now thinking 10 times before making that purchase, or you're talking to a niche of hyper luxury or luxury where there's a lot of companies now all trying to get that extra market share, extra point in the tip and epitome of the pyramid. So regardless, the company Natuzzi is facing challenges of granting a healthy, solid future, and so a good legacy, that are that I just described, and that are being let's say traced and set as challenges both internally and externally by all these factors. So I am in my position. What I can tell you is that I am doing and I will do my best for Natuzzi to be also the kindergarten of my son, and hopefully of my sons sons, but it's an intention. I cannot grant anything if not my personal effort. For the rest, it will be the universe to
decide.
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't answer. We didn't give the real answer to this.
It's a very bad answer. Die. How can I answer to this? It's like cutting my own finger. You did, but what do you want me to like?
No.
I can't.
Yes,
I don't.
yes.
I won.
Yes.
Christina won. Okay.
Thank you.
This was Christina won. Va bene. Okay. You won. Okay. Christina won. Pasquale 0. You won.
Last one. Which is the most toxic aspect to work with your own family?
That's just nice. Yosh, I got the R.
Yes.
Let me think. That the list is long, so let me.
I'm
pick
challenging
one.
you.
I think. Ego.
Explain yourself.
Ego. Okay, professor. Ego. Why? So generation 1, you have put your passion, your identity, your ideas, your love to shape something. Generation 2 comes in. They don't work for just for the articles on the magazines. They work because they want, I believe, to also make an impact. So how do they do that? They put their love, passion. And these are all emotions, these are all feelings, this is all time, energies that you're putting in place. And whenever, either it's the first versus second, or second versus first generation, these two are putting their ego into it.
Yes.
And so when we all row in the same direction, it's really rare and an alignment of all the stars that happens, and so it's fine. But in most cases, eventually my energy, my perspective, my expectation is different than yours, whether you're the first or second or fourth versus first, whatever generation.
Yes.
And so ego comes in place, and ego means a lot of other things. Jealousy.
It has to be managed in some way.
It can be jealousy. It can present itself in many forms. But ego is not your amigo, and ego is.
We can quote also this one.
I copied that, by the way. It's. I think I read it at Burning Man somewhere.
Wow.
But.
So it's not.
It's not fully mine. The first one is, by the way,
Okay.
okay? Custodian of the future, Cristina. You've been a tough one, but I still win. Joking. And so yeah, I think ego is ego battle are
The worst one.
The worst ones. Yeah.
Okay. Let's pass the ball.
Free? Am I free?
We'll
Maybe?
see. We'll see.
Stina.
Not sure yet.
I also could have said ego, but since I'm gonna talk about, how do you say, being double faces.
Ah, okay.
So, or buon viso cattivo gioco.
Okay, yeah. Two.
So, it happens as a family, both in private life or in the company. That if you don't row in the same direction, there are conflicts. And conflicts which in my family sometimes you just let them go.
Okay.
And they're always there. And you try to say, okay, this is gonna stay inside the business, or if it's for something outside the business. But then at the end of the day, the two things are connected. So it's very toxic to say, okay, but we need to get along, and to make it like your blood, like boiling, like
Yeah.
and it happens often, but sometimes you have to say no, but for the good, you try to put it apart for the good. How to say, for the
Environment to
environment of
keep
the
a
family,
good
to keep it-
environment. Yeah.
you need to put it apart, but it's always there, and this is very toxic because you're always scared of offend. No, I don't. Not. And when I say offend, it
Of
doesn't mean.
course, yeah.
But you're always scared of picking the wrong stone from the construction, and
okay.
everything collapses.
Okay.
And this is very toxic. So keeping silent, and it happens a lot.
Okay, a lot.
It happens.
Okay. They are similar but still different aspects either ways. Okay. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank you. You made our life difficult.
At the end.